Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Arc V. Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Arc V Yuzai Wang Arc V Yu-Gi-Oh! Aku Fabu. Arc 5, stylized as Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V is a Japanese anime series animated by Gallop. It is the fourth spin-off anime series in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise following Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. The series aired in Japan on TV Tokyo from April 6, 2014 to March 26, 2017. The series is licensed outside Japan by Konami Cross Media NY and launched internationally in 2015. A manga adaptation by Naihito Miyoshi began serialization in Shueisha's V-Jump magazine in August 2015. The series was succeeded by Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, which premiered in Japan on May 10, 2017. Plot: in Paradise City's Yusho Dual School, a second-year middle school student named Yuya Sakaki aspires to become a professional dual-tainer. Yuya awakens a new power called pendulum summoning, which attracted the attention of the Leo Corporation's president, Declan Akaba. Yuya later meets three duelists who greatly resemble him: the collected Zeiss duelist Yuto, whom he unknowingly absorbed, the overconfident synchro duelist Hugo, and the sadistic fusion duelist Yuri. These lookalikes originate from other dimensions besides Yui's standard dimension, as he and his friends find themselves in the middle of an interdimensional conflict against the Fusion Dimension's Dual Academy, which Yuri attends. Dual Academy is led by Declan's estranged father, Leo Akaba, who seeks to unite the four dimensions. Declan formed a group of elite duelists called the Lancers to stop his father, while they build their numbers during their travels to the Synchro and Zeiss dimensions. Gradually recognizing a dark presence swelling inside him since absorbing Yuto, Yui learns he has a strong psychic connection to him, Yugo, and Yuri that occurs whenever their summoned dragons are calling one another. Yuya and his friends also realized that Leo seeks to capture Yuya's childhood friend, Suzu Boyle, and the Lancer's Fusion Dimension member. Arriving in Fusion Dimension to save Selena, Suzu gets captured as well with Yuya and the Lancers infiltrating Dual Academy to save the girls. When they confront Leo, he reveals the four dimensions used to be one world until the day a mad duelist named Zark attempted to destroy everything. Leo intended to stop Zark with the special end cards he created. His daughter, Ray, steals the cards and sacrifices herself in his stead. Leo reveals that Zark is the darkness within Yuya and his counterparts, who are themselves remnants of Zark's scattered essence, which has been compelling them to absorb each other so Zark can be reconstituted and exact his revenge. Only Ray, who has been reincarnated as Zuzu and her counterparts, had been subconsciously preventing Zark's attempts to reawaken prior to Leo having the girls abducted. Leo intends to merge them back into his daughter and reunite the four dimensions into the original dimension using his Arc-V reactor. However, the reactor is unable to fully restore Ray's physical form as Leo planned due to lack of life energies. After Yuri absorbed Yugo, Zark capitalized on the turn of events by taking over Yui's body and having him absorb the willing Yuri to complete his resurrection. Yui's friends all proceed to challenge Zark in a series of 2-on-1 duels to stop him while reaching out to Yuya. With Ray possessing Declan's adopted sister, Riley, to fight Zark, Yui manages to regain himself to help Ray defeat Zark with the in-cards that splits the dimensions once more. When Yui awakens in the standard dimension that has been reborn as the pendulum dimension, he had no memory of his experience across the dimensions, or of Zuzu, until Declan restored his memories and everyone else's with a reenactment of the Arc League Championship. Declan reveals that Riley used a moment in the dimensional divide to transfer Zark's essence from Yui into herself to keep the evil spirit from being scattered across the dimensions again. Riley turned into a catatonic infant girl as a consequence of her action. Declan fears that Zark may eventually take over Riley's body and resume his rampage again. Yui is told that only he, as Zark's essence, can stop Zark for good by using his dual-taning skills to make Riley smile and pacify the possessing spirit. Yuya proceeds to travel to other dimensions and defeat the other Lancers, with Riley watching the footage. On his way, Yuya finds Zuzu and her counterparts still inside the Arc-V reactor in an inactive state. Though his counterparts help him tame the 4 dragons, Yuya learns he made no progress with Riley. He convinces Declan to let him take the professional duelist test right after he got promoted into senior class, and Declan became his opponent. Learning who Zark was in his life, Yuya and his counterparts managed to defeat Declan and pacify their past counterpart. This act awakened Rei, who appears in the pendulum dimension and revives as Zuzu, with her counterparts now a part of her, similar to Yuya's case. The 2 of them are reunited at last, and the 4 dimensions are once again united into one. Setting: Standard Dimension. The Standard Dimension, later reborn as the Pendulum Dimension, is the dimension where Paradise City is located. It is the main setting of the first season. Originally only having users of tribute summoning, the Standard Dimension now contains all 3 summoning methods of fusion, Synchro, and Zeiss, introduced to it by Leo Akaba and his Leo Corporation. This dimension is known for its unique action dueling, which uses the real solid vision system to give mass to its holograms and allow duelists to interact with their monsters and the artificially created environment. The real solid vision system is an evolved form of the original solid vision system, which only had intangible holograms. After the battle against Zark, the Standard Dimension was reborn as the Pendulum Dimension, where everyone can now use pendulum summoning in addition to all the other types. It's the only dimension to not have versions of past Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters. However, Yui's father, possesses a deck that heavily references Yugi Muto's Dark Magician-based deck. Syncro Dimension. The Syncro Dimension is a dimension where residents all use synchro summoning. It pays homage to Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Its setting is New Domino City, also simply referred to as just the city, which serves as the setting of the second season. New Domino City thrives on a free competition society consisting of 2 classes. The elite class of 1%, the topsiders, are the upper class society living in wealth, while the poor commons are the lower class 99% of society living in poverty under the topsiders area. Discrimination against commons is high, and they are treated as the tools for allowing the tops to live in wealth. In rebellion against their limited freedom, the commons started to duel while riding dual runners, which are motorcycles combined with dual discs. These duels later became known as turbo duels. New Domino City is ruled by the High Council, which upholds martial law and sector security, who act as police for the topsiders. To maintain the peace of the city, the High Council holds the yearly Friendship Cup, where duelists from both the topsiders and commons can fairly duel each other on dual runners. However, those who lose are sent to an underground garbage refinery, with little to no chance of returning to the surface. After Yui's duel against Jack in the Friendship Cup final match, the High Council retired and the social class system was abolished. Some of the characters from the 5D series reappear as different dimension counterparts, who are primarily the main characters, Jack Atlas, Crow Hogan, and Lazar, who only appears for 1 episode when Yui duels Jack a second time. Zeiss Dimension. The Zeiss Dimension is a dimension where its residents all use Zeiss summoning. It pays homage to Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Its setting is Heartland City, which serves as the setting of the first half of the 3rd season. Heartland City was reduced to ruin from the invasion by the Fusion Dimensions Duel Academy, with the remaining survivors forming a resistance group based in the ruined Heartland City becoming their base. Before the invasion, there were 2 sections of the Heartland Duel School called Spade School and Clover School, where both became the main forces for the resistance group. The Spade branch was wiped out in a later assault. Kite Tenjo is one of the main characters of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, who makes a reappearance as a different world counterpart from the Zexal series. Fusion Dimension. The fusion dimension is a dimension where its residents all use fusion summoning. It pays homage to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It serves as the setting of the second half of the third season. When Leo comes to the fusion dimension upon regaining his memories, he establishes the militant-based duel academy and gathers many strong duelists from all over the dimension to achieve his goal of hunting down Ray's incarnations. The students of Duel Academy are mostly children who were taken from other families once of age. They are forced to remain on the campus to be trained as child soldiers until the Arc Area project is completed. Those who escaped from Duel Academy are branded as traitors and will be turned into cards as punishment. Alexis Rhodes and Aster Phoenix are two of the main characters from GX who make their reappearance as different counterparts in this dimension. Original Dimension. The original dimension, also known as the United World, was a futuristic utopia, the original form of the four dimensions, and where the real solid vision system truly originated. When Zark began his rampage, Ray used the four nature cards her father developed to splinter this reality, dividing Zark's being and rendering him harmless at the cost of getting herself splintered in the process. Leo's goal is to restore the original dimension as a new dimension that he renamed Arc V by fusing the four dimensions and merging Zuzu and her counterparts with the Arc V reactor he had created, which is powered by the life energies of the people who were turned into cards so his daughter Ray can be reborn. After Ray uses the nature cards to split the world back into the four dimensions, Declan reveals the dimensions are still linked by the still active remains of Arc V serving as wormholes, with Ray's essence still in the reactor core within the fusion dimension, until Yue pacifies Zark. Media. Anime. Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Arc V was first announced in December 2013 in Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine. The anime series aired on TV Tokyo between April 6, 2014 and March 26, 2017, which replaced Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal in its initial time slot. 4K Media Inc. acquired the series outside of Japan and planned to release the series internationally in 2015. The 4K version had its debut on March 12, 2015 in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland as part of the YEP anime/cartoon block on ProSieben Max. In North America, a localized English adaptation began airing on Canada's Teletoon on July 24, 2015, and on Nicktoons in the United States on February 21, 2016. Manga. A manga one-shot illustrated by Meihito Miyoshi was published in the July 2014 issue of Shueisha's The Jump magazine, released on May 21, 2014. An English version was released on May 26, 2014 on Weekly Shonen Jump. A full adaptation by Miyoshi began serialization in V Jump on August 21, 2015. It began publication in English by Viz Media in its digital Shonen Jump on August 24, 2015. A spin-off manga by Akihiro Tominaga titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Seikaio Duelist Yuya. 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 Ya. Yuzai Wang Arc V Zui King de Yurisuto Yushi. Lit Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Yuya the Greatest Duelist was serialized in Seikaio Jump between April 3, 2015 and August 3, 2017 and was collected in 2 volumes. Music. There are 4 official soundtracks released by Marvelous Entertainment. The first, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Sound Duel 1 was released on August 20, 2014. The second, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Sound Duel 2 was released on January 20, 2015. The third, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Sound Duel 3 was released on June 24, 2015. The fourth and final, Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Arc V Sound Duel 4 was released on March 28, 2018. Opening themes Believe Believe by Bullet Train KOT Jai Epps. 1 minute 30. He is 30. He is 30. Burn by Bullet Train KOTJ EPS. 31 minutes 49. Replaced. Unleash, leash, leash, leash. Hanate by Gekiden Niagara. Jutu and Niagara. EPS 50 minutes 75. Trump card. Kai Rai Ja. Irrefuted, 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 irrefuted. By Cinema Staff. EPS 76 minutes 98. Light of Hope. Kibao no Hikari. Kibu no Hikari. By Unknown Number. Number, 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 the unknown number, 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 no number, the number, number. EPS 99 minutes 124. Pendulum Beat by Super Dragon and Dragon. EPS 125 minutes 147. Ending themes 1 step by PQ. EPS 1 minute 30. He 30. He is 30. He 1 minute 30. He is 30. He is 30. He is 30. Future Fighter by Yui Sakiki. CV Kensho Ono and Rieji Akaba. CV Yoshimasa Hasoye Sahasoye. EPS 31 minutes 49. Arc of Smile by Boys and Men and Men and Men's and Men. EPS 50 minutes 75. Speaking by Mrs. Green Apple. EPS 76 minutes 98. Vision. Mizian Bijan by Qso Linkai. Kong Zing Wei Yuan Hui. EPS 99 minutes 124. Dashing Pendulum Jai Zupenduramu Shisupenduramu by M. LK EPS 125 minutes 147. English opening theme. Can You Feel the Power by Max Serla, Ollie Theodore, Sarah Howard, Jordan Yeager, and Sergio Cabral. EPS 1 minutes 147. Trading card game, word game. Video game. A video game based on the series Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Tag Force Special was released in Japan on January 22, 2015. The game was released for the PSP. Reception. The series ranked 64th in the Tokyo Anime Award Festival in Top 90 TV Anime 2016 category, with 729 votes, and ranked 250 in NHK Best 400 Annie. However, the series was received poorly on Japanese streaming site Nikoniko, taking all spots in the top 10 worst-rated episodes.